Alright, in this video we're going to talk about portrait retouching. And the first thing I want to do is work non-destructively, meaning I want to be able to get back to my original image anytime I want. So to do that, I'm going to create a new layer in the Layers palette. And I'm going to rename that Retouching. And so to do retouching on this layer, we're going to have to make sure that our retouching tools work on this layer and the layers below. So if you'll notice, I go to my stamp tool here. S is its keyboard command. At the top we have current layer, current and below, and all layers. And what this is signifying where it will sample. So we want to make sure that it has current and below, because current layer, this retouching layer, doesn't have any data on it, so it won't sample anything from there. So that's important. Now the stamp tool requires a option or alt click to signify what pixels you're going to copy, and then you can just kind of copy those pixels. So I find that it's best to retouch using multiple samples. If you want to zoom in, you can zoom in a little bit more. And the idea that I'm having here with the retouching tools is simply to make things look better, hide distractions, and there's a lot of elimination of things that could be repaired in real life that we just missed in the photograph. So I don't really love altering the image too much, but just kind of making it look a little bit better. So I'm just going to quickly do a few of these little elements here, these flyaways. And so now we're going to go through the skin. Here's another tool that we can use. So we have the healing brush, and this also requires a sample, and it also has the current and below options as well. But this kind of copies the color and tone of the surrounding sampled pixels that you're choosing. So it can do a really good job as well. And so we just kind of go around smoothing different parts of the image. But that's a tool that you can use as well that may give you better results depending on what you're sampling and retouching than the stamp tool. I usually look at any tool that seems to not be doing what I want to do. I pick a new tool in its try to find something that works better. The spot healing brush, and it's located here, this one does not require a, I'll change that, sample. So we can just, again, it has sample all layers, but we can just click and it will just kind of heal and replace what we've got. So this can be actually probably the first one that I go to. But you can see it might get things to be a little bit mushy. So sometimes that helps to go back to the healing brush and clean back up some of that texture right there. So we'll bring that back. So again, it just depends on what kinds of retouching that you're going to do. But the idea then is to just work through those and then go around the rest of the image. Sometimes it helps if you've got areas that are too close here. You can see that that created a little bit of weird shadow, so the stamp tool might be more appropriate for that area. So again, it's just finding the right tool for the right job. Sometimes it's going back and forth between those, so you can kind of see how that works. And then once we're done, we can move on to the next step, which is to smooth some of the skin.